So today we are back in Fisch and we are going to be reviewing the Scurvy rod. Okay, so the Scurvy rod is not like a super good rod. It's not supposed to be. This is supposed to be more of like a rod you work towards as a beginner. And we're going to be reviewing it to see if it's worth grinding for a beginner. Because there's actually a new rod here also. And it costs 40,000. This is the Ancient Isle. So basically there's a new rod here. And it's just basically another rod you can get too. And it's actually cheaper than the Scurvy rod. So we're going to be seeing if the Scurvy rod is still worth it. So right off the bat, the stats of the Scurvy rod are going to be not the best, but not bad at all. So there's actually nothing minused in the stats. So as you can see, the lure speed is only 15%. I know the one that is 40% is like, it has like 50% lure speed or something. It has an insane amount of lure speed. The one here, it's called like the Phoenix rod or something. I don't know what it's called, but it can add the scorching effect, and it definitely has way more lure speed than the Scurvy rod does, and it's 10,000 cheaper. I also know that the max kilograms is bigger for the Phoenix rod because the Phoenix rod has like 2,800 or something like that. It's not a whole ton, but it still has a little bit more than the Scurvy rod. But something that the Scurvy rod does better than the new rod basically is that the resilience is minus 10% for the other rod and 15% for this one. So it's not minus 15%, it's 15% more. So this gives it that. But something with this rod, the main disadvantage I would say of this rod is that the control is 0. So that means you have like a 1/4 size bar when you're trying to catch the fish. And on the other one, it's not that good either. It's like 0.02. So it's not even a third. Like the 0.05 is the third, I think. So yeah, both of the controls of the rods are kind of bad. So I wouldn't say that the other rod's necessarily better than this one in control. But yeah, it also has 50% luck. And I know the other one has 30%. So seeming like that 10,000 might be worth it. But here's the thing though. Look, both of them have terrible control. And the other one has more lure speed. So you might be able to catch more fish with the other one. But I feel like this one's more beginner friendly because it gives you resilience. And it gives you a lot more luck though too. So I feel like it's just you're going to get better fish with this one, but the other one might make you more money. So I think if you're gonna try getting the most money, you might not want to go for the Scurvy rod. You might want to go for the other one, but let's test out how good this rod actually is. So we're just gonna fish here for a bit and see what we can catch. Oh, and also just something to know is I'm not using any bait, and there's no enchant on this rod because I haven't enchanted it yet. So there's really no advantage I have. So this is just basically what the normal rod's luck is, I guess, unless this island's special, but this is just the island I'm gonna be fishing on a test.
It's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out.
Okay, so we officially caught like 5 fish or something. Actually, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We caught, yeah, like 5 fish. These things I already had. So yeah, we got around 5 fish basically, or 4. And so far, they were just all like not the best, but a couple of them. Okay, so we got these 4 right here. 1 was an epic, 3 was a common. I did catch a enchant relic though, but that goes into my pile of enchant relics. So yeah, I didn't really get anything besides that, but for the luck, I think the luck's worth it. If you're going for the luck, I think you should get the rod, but if you're not going to go for the luck, that might not be worth it for you because the luck did work. It gave me an enchant relic, and I know I don't think I'm going to be able to get that as easy with the other rod with a similar price. So yeah, any rods around this price, you're not going to be able to get that good of luck. I guess like the fortune rod can, but the fortune rod kind of is like bad in every way except the like luck. So really, I think you can get this rod for the luck as one of the reasons, but also when you are fishing, it is kind of hard so to catch fish with the control being so small. So going from like, for example, like the carbon rod to the Scurvy rod is going to be a little bit harder, but you're going to get more luck. But I think any rod in this area is going to not really give you an advantage in like control unless you get controlled. So I think what you're just going to have to do is you're just going to have to catch yourself an enchant relic and basically get controlled on the rod, and that'll just basically make your bar bigger. So I think if you were to get control on this rod, it'd be pretty good. And I technically could get control now that I got an enchant luck. So yeah, this basically, I think this rod's pretty worth it for a beginner, because look, 2,000 kilograms, you do not really need bigger than this. You should not be hunting down really big fish. You should be trying to make the most money possible as a beginner. And then the 15% resilience is really going to help you. And if you were just to get controlled, you probably won't even need this 50% resilience. But it also gives you 50% luck and 15% lure speed. The 15% lure speed isn't a whole ton, but if you were to get some like rapid catchers or something, or just some bait to increase your lure speed, that could work. And then your luck is 50%, which I think is really good for a rod this cheap, because a rod this cheap, like look, the rod the depths only has 65% lure speed, only 130% lure speed, and this rod costs 750,000 versus a rod that costs 50,000. So I think this rod is pretty good for what it is, and yeah, it's definitely worth it for the luck. But if you want to grind more money, it might be the better option to go for the other rod, the one that gives you the scorching effect, because scorching effect is going to multiply money, and it has a big thing, so it's like 40% chance. Most rods only have like 30%, I think, for those kind of effects. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, look, mythical rod, 30% chance to get something like that. And I know the haunted rod also does something like that. Where is it? Okay, it doesn't say what it can do, but yeah, the haunted rod can also do that. I don't know what the percentage is though. I know the aurora rod's also smaller than that, so 40% for the scorching might be better, but I don't know how much the scorching even multiplies the money. So I think this rod is really worth it as a beginner, especially for the luck. But if you want to grind more money, this might not be the best option, but I still think it's pretty good for grinding money. So get this rod, like if you think it's good. I think the luck's gonna make it worth it. The control's not the best, and the lure speed is still pretty good though. So not a bad rod at all. I think it's worth it if you need the luck or something. But this can be the end of my video. Subscribe to help the channel. Bye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.